Hi everybody. In this video we will learn metallic bonding. So the bond between metals. So far what we had talked about are the ionic bonds. Ionic bonds are formed by transfer of electrons from a metal to a non-metal. But this bonding is between metals like sodium and some other metal, like copper and zinc. Like steel is a combination or a mixture of different metals. So what is the bond that is holding two metals together? It is not a chemical bond, first of all. It is a mixture. Okay, so it's a physical combination of different metals. So the way this metallic bond is formed by free electrons. The electrons that are outside of the metals, and as you know, metals don't have very many valence electrons, but any number of valence electrons that metals have, those valence electrons, they kind of hold each other, okay, in a sea of electrons. So they kind of revolve around the metals. All right, they're free to move. They're delocalized. We call them delocalized electrons. So they're delocalized electrons, and the valence shells of the metals overlap, and the valence electrons are delocalized, means they're free to move around. And with that, they are kind of holding each other tightly, and that results in a mixture, a homogeneous mixture. So again, it is not a chemical combination. It's a homogeneous mixture. So, but these metallic bonds are quite strong, and the strength of the bond depends on how many valence electrons are there, and number two, what is the size of the atom. As we know that the size of the atom gets bigger as we go down the group, okay, like sodium is larger. So as the size gets bigger, the metallic bond gets weaker. Okay, if the size is smaller, like the size is smaller this way, so the metallic bonding gets stronger. Okay, so smaller the size is, the stronger the bond is. The larger the size of the atom is, the weaker the bond is, because if the size is too big, this nucleus cannot really hold those electrons outside. Okay, so the bigger the size is, the nucleus has less effect on those electrons, free electrons. So that is why this metallic bond gets weaker. That is why the melting point of metals decreases as we go down. Okay, the melting point decreases as we go down because the metallic bonds get weaker. So the strength of the metallic bond depends on the size of the ions. Smaller the ion means less volume and stronger the bond, and vice versa. And number of electrons. So more electrons in the electron C, the stronger the bond is. When it comes to transition metals, there are some d orbitals or d sublevels involved in that metallic bonding. Okay, and that gives us a couple different things, and it kind of strengthens the bond because there are more electrons involved, but it also gives us multiple oxidation states for the for transition metals who have d electrons involved in it. But anyway, for metallic bonding, you need to understand it is a bond between metal and metal. Okay, how this bond is formed? This bond is formed by the delocalized valence electrons of metals. All right, and so the electrons of one metal are held by the nucleus of the other metal. So they're kind of holding each other. That results into a mixture, the homogeneous mixture. It is not a chemical bond. Okay, so it's a homogeneous mixture of metals like steel and different kind of amalgams are examples of it. And the metallic bonds are stronger if the size is smaller, and metallic bonds are weaker if the size of the ion is larger. So that's all about it in this video for metallic bonding. Thank you.